with me as I interlock my new growth. Hi everyone, Happy here. It's been a long time, but it's also been a long time since I've done my hair. So I figured I'd make a video and show you how I do it. But before I do, let's see my hair and talk about it. So I've been growing my hair for the last 2.5, 3 years and recently recolored my ends purple and green and am in love with them. As you can see, my roots are interlocked and there's no parts because I did it other than the straightforward parts. There's some new growth, and that's what I'll be showing you, how I retighten just in the front, which is a no-no. I don't know how many locks I have. I never stopped to count, but I love this size because I'm able to do multiple styles with them, although most days this is how I tend to wear my hair. So if you look closely, you'll see there's actually still the braids where I started my hair. And it doesn't bother me that the braid pattern is still there because it's just hair. So you also can see, if you look further up, where the interlock started and where the interlock meets the braid. And all the way down, my ends are still curly. Yes, they're still curly 2.5, 3 years later. But to me, it just makes my hair look more unique and more one of a kind. But I also have a little baby lock in the back, but nobody can see that. It's okay. So stay tuned and check out how I retighten my hair. So I pulled on my hair back in a ponytail, and I just have the lock section that I'm going to start with in the front pulled out, pinned back. And as you can see with my new growth, I have some little hairs that are not in the lock. So I'm taking a interlock tool that you can find on Amazon, and I'm going to actually try to weave that hair into my already existing lock. So first what I'm doing is grabbing that hair, wrapping it around my finger to create a bunch, as you see me doing here, and then I'm going to wrap that little bunch that I gathered around my lock a few times. And I'll just say now, this is how I do my hair. If this is not the correct way, I don't need anyone coming at me as long as it is healthy and it's maintained. So as you can see here, I took and wrapped it around, and then I'm just literally pulling the tool in and out in random pattern to try to weave all of those stray hairs into the already existing part of my lock. I'm not doing this to the new growth because I like to tighten that new growth with the crochet hook. So now that I feel that I got enough of that loose hair into the already existing lock, I'm going to take my crochet hook and follow a 4-point pattern to interlock my hair. So I'm starting with the tool base towards me because I'm going to pull that lock forward, creating the first part of the 4-point cross as you see here. So I put it in the hook, pull the lock through the new growth, and I tighten it, which you'll see me doing here. I tighten it a little bit by pulling the hook down, then going from right to left, I then pull the lock through the new growth. So I went forward, I went right to left. Now I'm going from front to back, creating 3/4 of the 4-point pattern as you see here. And every time I do that, right before I pull the lock through the loop, I give it a tug, just making sure that I'm not leaving any space or any holes in the lock, because that's where it can be loose and it'll weaken over time. So I feel I have it tightened enough because I don't like it super tight to my scalp, because that's where, again, it can cause damage and breakage. But I see I didn't get all that loose hair into the lock, so now I'm just focusing on that bump and I'm smoothing it out by rubbing my fingers back together as I'm pulling the tool focused on that piece of hair. And now you see my lock is done. So I feel great. Many to go. Thanks for watching.